courtesy of the Dan Bonaduce Life Coach. Give me a call right now, 1-800-252-1025. Life Coach. By the way, we take your email at lifecoach@KZOK.com. We take your phone calls at 1-800-252-1025. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Now, I said we take your emails. I think we'll start off with an email today.
Well, I'm going to start off with my own question because you said I could.
That's right. Yeah.
While you guys are calling 800-252-1025, I'll take the opportunity to get some advice on a problem.
Shoot.
I live on the 7th floor, and a building behind me, I'd say probably on the 4th floor, they've got a small balcony, and they let their kids play out there.
Right.
And they're toddlers. And the other day, I look out there, and the kids are playing, and there's no parents out there, and the kids are like climbing up on the patio furniture and dangling themselves over the balcony.
Right.
So if they fell off the balcony, they would not survive.
Right. And they're in a position to fall off the balcony.
Correct.
Right.
Because they're out in the balcony without supervision with chairs close enough to launch themselves over the balcony. And I was thinking, that's crazy. What's wrong with these parents?
Right.
And I was watching and thinking, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to call the police?
Yes.
Am I supposed to call family services?
Yes.
Or am I supposed to mind my own business?
No. Minding your own business could cause, how you feel. So the downside of this, you're a nosy neighbor.
Yes.
That it turned out that there's a piece of plexiglass that you can't see. Because my first thought as I'm hearing this, is there something to make sure that these children are safe? Having said that, imagine what could happen if you don't put your nose into possibly somebody else's business. And by the way, that's not somebody else's business. That's completely your business. It's children. It's toddlers. It's your duty to call somebody about that. If in fact that is what's happening, if it's not, no harm, no foul. But I think you should absolutely call immediately before you look up and go, oh, hey, that's a falling kid right there. I should have called when I had the chance.
Well, yesterday was too hot for the kids to eat. Nobody was
I thought you were going to say it's too hot for me to call the police. I just waited until it calmed down. No, it's your responsibility to call. You have to do something.
But yesterday was so hot, and I can see so many different balconies from where I live, and not a single person was out.
Really?
Because it faces the sun. It faces, the sun is right open on them, so I couldn't go out. I went out to water my plants and my feet burned.
Wow, that's hot.
So
but yeah, it's your responsibility. Just as a citizen of the world, you need to call somebody and say, they're at death's door, if you will. They'll come out and they'll check and see if you're right, and if they're right, they'll butt in right there too. But somebody needs to do something for sure. You're responsible for the welfare of your neighbor's children for sure.
If you have a question for the Life Coach, call 800-252-1025. Any kind of problem, Danny can help you get through it. Just make the phone call and call yourself Steve or Becky if you would like to disguise your identity. You can also email lifecoach@KZOK.com. Paul in Snohomish writes, I've been asked to speak at my uncle's funeral. It's true, we were close, but I'm uncomfortable with this responsibility. I'm feeling the pressure of representing the sentiments of a whole family, and I have no public speaking experience. Can the Life Coach give me some tips on how to get through this experience?
Yeah, don't do it. Would be one. Don't speak. I've not refused. It sounds like I was angry about something, but I've said no to speaking at things like that because I felt they're really important moments in life, and I didn't have the wherewithal to do it. So you could, in fact, decline. Now, having said that, they picked you for a reason, and there are all sorts of books on public speaking, which I have availed myself. So, look them up online. I was almost going to say go to the library, but who does that anymore? Look them up online, how to do public speaking. They're really wonderful. Get some experience with that. Speak out loud when you get a chance, because nothing is like if you do something in your head. Like if you think, we are here today for a sad occasion, and you're just doing that in your head, no matter how much you rehearse, you'll be surprised how different it is when you say those words out loud. So practice speaking aloud, and I'm sure you'll get through this just fine. There's a reason they would like you to speak at such a solemn occasion. So they expect that you will do well, and I expect that you will do well. Thanks for the email, man.
800-252-1025. You should call that number now if you've got any kind of problem. Danny has really been through it all and can help you figure out the way to the other side. You can also email lifecoach@KZOK.com. Randall in Olympia has written to the Life Coach. Danny, I'm dating a great girl, and things are starting to get serious. The problem is I got divorced 3 years ago, and I'm still not over my ex-wife. We were together for just 3 years, but the marriage and divorce took an emotional toll on me that I still haven't recovered from. I don't feel it's fair to my girlfriend to commit to marriage while still carrying this emotional baggage. How do I move on and be all I can be for my girlfriend?
That Randall. That is what your girlfriend, fiance, and future wife is there for. She gets to be part of all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly. That's what getting married, that's what getting serious is about. That you see somebody not at their best. And by the way, when you say I'm not over my ex-wife yet, you don't say that you still love her, which would be a problem to go into a new relationship. You say you're not completely over the emotional stress. Well, you shouldn't be. You were with her for years. You need to, I was just, Sarah and I were just talking. I was so used to saying my ex-wife's name after 18 years of a marriage that I said it to my wife, Amy, for the first year that we were with her. It didn't mean anything about my relationship with my wife, Amy. It was just what I was used to. If you're used to being married to another woman and then getting a divorce and having all the emotional drudgery that comes with that, you should just tell your future wife, I'm getting from this, tell her how you feel, that I'm not over all that, because you didn't mention love. I'm not over the love of it. That would be different. You're not over all the wear and tear that caused on you, and that is completely reasonable, and you should share that with your new girlfriend for your own well-being and to see if she's the right girl for you, and I'm guessing she would be. If your relationship wasn't important, you wouldn't be emailing the life coach. So good on you, man, and have at it.
This is Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. He is solving your problems one phone call at a time, 800-252-1025. James in Puyallup, you're on with Danny.
Hey, James.
Hi, Danny.
How are you, man?
Well, I've been friends with this guy for about 11 years now, best friends, and lately he's just kind of coming across as a bit of a jerk, just kind of the guy you don't really want to be around. When you get together, we can still have fun and whatnot, but there are just moments where he's just coming across as that guy you don't want to be around, and I'm wondering whether it's becoming near time for me to end the friendship, and if so, how to do that.
Well, here's what I'm going to say to, have as little damage to you as possible. Here's what I believe. There's no reason to end this friendship. You know what? If you don't mind my asking, how old are you?
I am 19.
You're 19. See, you're getting into this area. You have friends. So he was with you all through high school and things like that. He was with you all through your first girlfriend, whatever, your other, I'm going to go with 20 other firsts. He was there. And you're wondering what's different. And it may not be him as it's much you. And growing up, the responsibilities of a best friend are different from a 20-year-old than from a 10-year-old. And you've known this guy through both of those. So I would say don't do anything drastic, James. As you grow up, people fade away. I talk about Dave Brown and Scott Dahlgren all the time. They are my best friends for a really long time. We didn't break up. We just kind of got older. The fact that I couldn't get through a day without seeing those guys, that seemed all normal. And, then 10 years, 15, 20 years later, it would seem kind of odd to have to see my friends anymore that desperately. So here's what's happening, James. You're getting older. Don't end the friendship. Don't put that weird kind of tension between you two. Just wait for the phone calls to get further and further apart and let them. Distance is cool on that. But don't end the friendship. The friendship will kind of end itself. Hey, and thanks for the call, James. I really do appreciate it.
800-252-1025. That's the number for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach, or email lifecoach@KZOK.com. Stephen Everett has sent an email to the Life Coach.
Yeah.
My daughter is 7. Recently, she told me her vision for her life as an adult. She wants to be a doctor, married to a firefighter. She wants a nice house and 2 adopted children. I praised her decision to adopt, but I asked her, why adopt? And she said, because I don't know how to make babies. I felt awkward and brushed it off by saying there's plenty of time to learn.
That's not bad. That's not a bad response.
But I'm fearing I missed the opportunity to have the talk. Was I wrong? How young is too young? And how should I handle the talk? Again, she is 7.
Okay, here's my call on this. Is that you're in no rush. You have legal possession of this kid for another 11 years. There's no reason to tell your daughter how to make babies right now. Mike, your daughter Olivia is 7, right?
That's correct.
Okay. Do you think it necessary? And you go deeper into fatherhood than, I think most people. You're really hands-on. Have you felt the need already to discuss where babies come from?
Not yet.
Okay. But that's where I was going.
Yeah.
So I was kind of a different parent from Mike, but do you take the ends of the spectrum right here, me and Michael C. Jones start today's show, and all of us would have thought, no, don't talk to a 7-year-old about where babies come. There's all sorts of, and she never asked. She just currently doesn't know. When she asks, and she will, and then she'll ask more, and then she'll ask more. She will ask until you couldn't be more comfortable. But you know what? There's 2 reasonable dads right here, right now, and neither one of us have ever thought, great idea. Talk to a 7-year-old about sex, because that's what it is. We're all talking about where do babies come from. That makes it sound normal. Oh, honey, you want to know where babies come? Okie dokie. That's cute. But put it this way. My 7-year-old wants to know about sex. Should I tell my 7-year-old about sex? No, you should be arrested, you maniac. You don't want to talk to your 7-year-old about sex. So I appreciate the quandary that you are in, man. But no, I would say let it go. It's going to rear its ugly head again. Wait till she's in junior high school. And she's going to really want to know. And when you say, would you rather have it learned here or on the street? You really do want to take some control of this information. There are certain ways you can tell a kid or tell anybody where babies come from, but one's kind of egregious and weird and nasty, and the other one is the one the dad will tell the daughter. And
mom can tell the daughter.
Well, he didn't mention, because I was thinking that. Where's mom in this? But it's an email. But anyway, yeah, take a hold of this. And, 13, 14 years old, 13. And she'll ask again specifically, and she won't be shy, because all the other kids will be talking about it, and she'll want to talk about it too.
Now, hang on, let me ask you a question. Gibbons, when you were in, say, a middle school, did you have sex education?
Yeah, we had sex ed in, I believe, 8th grade.
Because Amy had it like crazy.
Well, Amy's older. That's why I was asking Gibbons. Tori, did you have sex education when you were in middle school?
I did. I think we started at 6th grade.
Holy
What did it
smokes.
sound like, Tori? Excuse
Danny.
me.
We actually had to watch The Miracle of Life in 8th grade. And I remember that was such a scarring experience that all of us were like, we don't want to have sex, stay away for like a week.
Yeah, I was going to say, nobody listened to that for more than 2 weeks.
I think for me it was in 8th grade. I know that some school systems have stopped doing it because parents find it offensive.
Yeah.
They want to take the road
say
themselves.
You're telling kids how to have sex rather than...
The way the kids get the information, a lot of people confuse sexuality with religion, with abstinence about religion. Right. And it's just, wherever they could get the information is good. I was talking to my wife, who is 2 decades younger than I, and she's growing up. Like, you were so afraid of diseases. It was like way fewer people were having sex when my wife was young than when I was young. Everybody was doing it like crazy people when I was young. Thank God.
But, I mean, that's something that can help parents who don't know how to go about having that talk is scientists and psychologists have deemed 7th and 8th grade to be the time to do it. So how old are you in 7th and 8th grade?
You're 13.
Right.
14.
So 7.
Oh, man. I had to
Too
have a
young.
talk with my dad when I think I was like 10 or 11. And it was so uncomfortable because the thought had never even crossed my mind at that point.
Why did he choose to have it with you?
Just because there was a lot. I think it was probably about the time of Magic Johnson and all that
Stuff
stuff.
going on, yeah. Somebody in the neighborhood was pregnant. They had a PTA meeting about it right away. So remember, man, this is not, I appreciate the email, but this is not the time to talk to your daughter about sex. And it's great that you're this concerned and stuff, but a lot of things that you can count on is that you're such a concerned and good dad, you'll know the time instinctively. And just the time is not now. Hey, that's all the time I have for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach. I appreciate your phone call and your emails. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.